Hello, everyone. I'm Omri, and get out of there. I don't want you there. There's a line I forgot to erase. And, what am I doing? Oh, I'm Omri, and today I'm gonna try to draw at least 30 Kirbys. At least. That's one. And that is one. And back. So draw it down here. And I picked the wrong brush. Get the color. Should be lighter than that. There we go. That's a nice curved color. And I'm just gonna draw a bunch of random blobs. Let's see. Turning out so dark. I guess that's the color. Then we're just ignore it and move on. But I'm just gonna do some random blobs and draw lines over them. We'll figure out what Kirby's doing after on a bunch of blobs. And this one, you'll never guess what he's doing in this one. Want to make it all great. There we go. I have a nice bright curve color. Also have his name it Kirby art and style collection book for inspiration. And yeah, I'm drawing 30 Kirbys because I found out today because of the direct that it's Kirby's 30th anniversary, and I think I probably knew that because I played the newest Kirby that I forget the name of. But it was brought to my attention again, and I just finished a Kirby game, so I thought, why not just draw just a bunch of Kirbys? I'm gonna include the other colors too, don't worry, because I couldn't have completed the game without them. I don't really have a plan for each one of these, just kind of feeling it out. Alrighty, where are we at? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nine. What comes after 8? It's all my attention is being spent on the Kirbys. Okay, I'll start putting in the details for those so I don't forget the ones that I do have an idea of what I want to do. Color in the little shoes. I don't know if they're shoes or if they're just his feet, but I like to think that he has little shoes because it's cuter that way. And he gets up every day and puts his little shoes on. Giving Kirby shoes. One thing about this is you don't even know what perspective Kirby's in until I fill it in. Like, you weren't expecting the shoe to be there. And there. Okay, maybe that wasn't as surprising as I thought it would be. Or maybe. That makes sense. Or if I do it like this. Yeah, I can see that. Okay. And here. And I'm gonna give them all different expression. Probably should have made them all a little bit smaller, but that's okay. I'm gonna fit all 30 Kirbys in one page no matter what. And you know what? There is a small Kirby. It's a legitimate ability, so I'm drawing that in. It's 10. 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, it's not 10. And then separate the little feet a little. Now for the details. Maybe that's a little too big for a tiny Kirby. He's smiling. Smile. It's a little crooked, but he's smiling. Alright. Keep switching brushes when I don't mean to. He looks so scary without those pupils. Add them soon so he won't be scary anymore. Only his enemies will be nightmare fuel, but not him. Trying to think of Kirby anatomy and how this would work. Looking good, looking curb. It's funny because Kirby's such a simple character, but it's very easy to draw him wrong. He's got very specific Kirby proportions. If you're even slightly off, it's just not Kirby. It's Corby. That's his lesser known cousin that he still likes. He still gets along with him. He was just not as energetic as Kirby. Gotta get a big mouth. See if we can find a good picture of him doing his Kirby thing. Well, he doesn't get that big when he does it, but he does now in this one, in my world. And he's got like a little gumdrop mouth. It's not a perfect oval. And it's just gonna be a black void for right now. black void of Kirby. Didn't mean to do that. I think this is the scariest one because like his mouth is like leaking into the other parts of his body. Just gotta clean up the mouth a bit. Now it looks like the Demogorgon from things. How did I do that? It's not what I want. It's not Kirby. Now he's angry at me. I gave him his angry brows. And then up a little bit. I think I was using a brush that was just too painterly, too easy to blend, and that didn't work as well when I tried to do finer details. But he's real angry now. That's American Kirby. I've heard that they thought it'd be funny to give a cute character like Kirby a like harsh name like Kirby, and hence the name Kirby, after the lawyer who defended Donkey Kong with his life, and he lost his life in that battle, unfortunately. But Donkey Kong always remembers. There's an Easter egg in every Donkey Kong game with Kirby in a little like tux and a suitcase because he's a lawyer. A little known fact: Kirby used to be a lawyer. He won every case, but you know, Nintendo was in some hot water, and it wasn't looking so good. You know, Donkey Kong may have stolen too many bananas, and they couldn't defend him anymore. His past mistakes were out in the air. And they needed a hero. That's where Kirby came in. I don't know what I'm doing with that one. But yes, they thought Kirby was a really harsh name for a cute character, so they were like, let's call him Kirby. But then Kirby was like, that's my name. Why wouldn't you call me Kirby? And then they were like, you're right, we're sorry. And he's like, here's my business card, because he's a lawyer. And that's how the history happened. V. No, I can't easily access the setting that when I get, so I'm just gonna press really hard to make his eyes sparkle. No, don't want to make cross-side. Now it looks more confused. I'm gonna put him in the center. But yeah, it's a humble start for such a great hero, going to law school and dropping out after, you know, winning the epic battle of Donkey Kong versus the banana farmers. I mean, that was nasty. I think everyone remembers the day when that went to court. You know, like a lot of hate was spread around, a lot of misinformation. But Kirby was able to sort through all of it, and he came through for everyone. He reinvented American law. He's just a hero in every sense of the word. And he asks for nothing in return except for all of your food. And I think that's really fair. Because some lawyers, they charge so much, but all he asks is for all your food for the rest of your life. And every dessert you make must be delivered to him. And I think that's reasonable. I should move my tablet so I can draw better. Eyes a little wonky, but that's okay. He's just real angry. I know it's been hard for Donkey Kong to stay out of the water, out of banana stealing waters. That's why he hasn't had a game in a while. He's trying to lay low. Also, he doesn't want to trouble Kirby again since he died after the battle. And came back to life shortly after. Because he's Kirby, because he can never die. He's also an immortal lawyer. Like, not many people know that. So he stuttered the law for longer than the law's even been around. And, like, he was around when the first court case of human history was there. And the reason why we don't know the details of the first ever court case in history is because Kirby ate all of it. Just swallowed up all the details. And you know what? I think it was for the best. You know, things were more messier back then. He's really spared us from all the evil. He can cleanse the evil from this world. He's also a priest. He's a certified in exorcisms, Kirby. His tagline is, we'll suck the soul right out of you, but the one you don't want in there. But maybe your soul too. And again, he only works for the price of cake or all of your food. And that's fair. That's, you know, some priests charge for that. And you think, you're a priest, aren't you? Are you supposed to be charitable? But that's what Kirby does. He runs his own religion called Popstar. It's based on his home planet, and it's about eating cake, sleeping, and beating up anyone who gets in the way of eating and sleeping. That's what he values. He was also the most successful United States president of all time. I think, you know, America's never been as good as it was since Kirby was in office. I know it's unfair, because you can't beat him, but everyone mourns for the loss of the Kirby years. He served 6 terms, which was like really rare, but like he deserved it, you know? They rewrote the American law. He changed the American law system. He's also a priest. Kirby's a very well-rounded character. I think that's something we can all agree with. He's been to space. He's actually the leading figure of NASA. He's really the one that made it to the moon. You know, all those conspiracies about the moon landing, that's because there's some confusion there. It actually, it was Kirby. And like, the other guys got there after Kirby, so when people say, oh, we didn't make the moon landing in like the 60s or whenever that happened, it's because it's true, Kirby was there before us. I mean, we don't like to talk about it because everyone tries to be like the best they can, and space, the great space race was a thing. Kirby also took down the USSR. That was a hard battle for him. He did that all himself too. And he never has help. And I think that's what's so great about him. I think that's why the fact that he single-handedly saved the Titanic from sinking is like such an underknown fact. Because people are like, oh, it's sank. No one could hold up the Titanic with their own little nubs. But he did. And you know what? He respected the survivors enough to be like, you can have your own privacy. We're not going to tell anyone I did this. And it's true. The unfortunate thing is the survivors died in a later ship crash known as the Titanic. That was exactly the same boat, but a slightly different date. It still fell though, so none of the survivors actually ended up surviving. But Kirby wasn't there, and that's why they died. He's also really great in the movies. Every movie he's been in, he was great in Citizen Kane. Kirby, you know, he actually he got so into his role that he actually cut his hand throwing things around in Citizen Kane. Not many people know that, but he's just so dedicated to his craft. And then later, he went on to make the biggest, most successful movie franchise, and that's the MCU. If you look closely, Kevin Feige, he's really just Kirby in a human costume. Because he likes to be humble. He doesn't want to be known for his achievements. He wants to be known for his friendliness and his squishiness. And never forget that time Kirby carved the Rosetta Stone and saved what could have been millions of lost languages. He really is a pioneer of human history. For the time that he stopped, all those comets from destroying the Earth. Or the time where he made Disney World. I know people say, oh, it was Walt, that was his dream. No, Kirby. He just didn't want to take credit for it, 'cause he's such a good guy. See, he needed Walt Disney as a translator, because Kirby can only say certain words like boyo and hi, and that's not really ideal for when you're trying to start a big business venture. So he just needed help, but it was all Kirby. He's also won every Grammy and Oscar and every award show ever. He's really just an unstoppable force, and that's why we love him so much. Remember when he broke all the world records at the Olympics? I do. It happens every year, so, how could you not? Remember how he beat, all the team sports records just by himself? He didn't even have a team. some thought there was some controversy though. People thought maybe it wasn't like legal for him to play by himself, but we all saw how he destroyed the other team. It really wasn't fair to them that they didn't have more people. And like a little known fact, he can bring people back from the dead. He's also like a very potent spirit medium. He can talk to the dead, he can bring them back, but usually he doesn't like to meddle with that kind of stuff. Things can get complicated in that area. But he's also a registered therapist, so like if you're feeling down, you can talk to him. You know, if you're missing a loved one, wishing they were still here, his office is always open. He also invented penicillin. Like, think about all the lives he saved. He's like, and he doesn't do this for money. He does it for food. Like, I mean, people always say, oh, they do it for nothing. But, I mean, you know, everyone deserves compensation for their work. But he does it in food. And I think we can all agree that's a fair price for the miracles he's created. I don't know what he's doing in this one. He's doing like maybe he's dancing, that's what he's doing. He also invented dance. He also inspired Mozart. He taught Mozart everything he knew about music. That's why the Kirby music is so good. He taught Mozart, he taught Beethoven, he taught Bach, taught all of them. He's also the ghostwriter for the Sherlock Holmes series. Yeah, you wouldn't think he dabbled in writing because he can't really pick up a pen. But he's a wonderful writer. And he was a bit smarter than Arthur Conan Doyle because he actually didn't put his name and face to it, so he didn't get harassed when they wanted to end it. He can see the future is the thing. It's just overwhelming when you have someone like Kirby who's coming up on 30 years in human time. He's immortal, but all we can comprehend from his existence is that there is the 30 years of the games. He's actually God. Like, the God that all the religions talk about, all of them. It's all just Kirby. He's the creator of us all. And when the end comes, he'll just suck us back up. And he's really been there for us, doing the jobs that no one else really wanted to do. Remember when he killed Caesar? That was tough on him. They were friends. But, you know, he was like, I need to give my friend Bill Shakes inspiration. So I gotta kill you so we can write a good play. And Caesar was like, you're right. You know, this would make for a great story. And that's how that happened. He was also the founder and leader of every charity that's good. All of them. He does all the things good. All the things right. And we would do well to follow his example. He also created the computer, so really, I think Kirby that we're even here right now. He created the internet also. And he created VTubers. Kirby was the first VTuber. He doesn't like to talk about it again because he's a very humble guy. I don't like that. Remember when he gave fire to the first humans? All the other gods, like Zeus and all the other jerks up there and Mount whatever. They're like, I don't wanna help the humans. Kirby sacrificed everything to come down and show us how fire works. And we're like, thank you. It's much warmer now. And then Kirby's first request was that they make him a cake. And they were like, we haven't figured out cooking yet. And Kirby was like, it's okay, I'll wait. And that's how human history evolved to what it is now. He's won every Nobel Prize. They have to keep inventing more things to give him Nobel Prizes for because he just keeps winning them all. He discovered gravity. Little known fact. People just kind of floated for a little bit. No one really knew what to do. Things just kind of floated away. He had to wear very heavy clothes. Otherwise he'd just be blown away. But he was like, this isn't good for me. And then he knocked an apple off the tree, hit Isaac Newton, and that's how that story started. Gravity didn't exist before he willed it into existence for us. And Kirby is very nostalgic about this moment, as you may know, because he does love his apple trees. He always snap near them. He's cured world hunger, which is a more recent achievement, but really can't be understated. And I think we should vote Kirby back in office because he will end all wars and end all suffering. He also runs a nice little cafe chain in Japan. And if you come along, we'll have his friend Deity sit with you. Not his friend Deity, but he will come if you want him to. His friend, Waddle-Dee. That was my bad. I hope Kirby doesn't get upset with this because he also runs YouTube and he sees every YouTube video and judges its worthiness. But only the ones that are okay for him to watch. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Your Highness. He's also the king of the world. But he doesn't always like that title. What hasn't he done? He speaks all languages. Knows all skills. And his friends, the blue, green, yellow, and red Kirbys, are just his way of... He invented cloning and he cloned himself through mirror magic. So he doesn't spread himself too thin. He wants to give his all and everything he does, but you know, sometimes that's hard. So he cloned himself using mirror magic. He's also the reason why we have magic. He discovered magic. He's the leader of all occult interests of any kind. We wouldn't have magic if it weren't for Kirby. That's just a fact. Remember when he got 2 of every animal and put them on that boat and saved them from the flood? He didn't have to, but he did it for us. He did it because he just wanted us to be happy. That's all he ever wanted. And his methods may be strict. Like the time he took away everyone's ability to fly. Because people were taking up too much of the sky and he wanted more for himself. Because he wanted to go for a relaxing fly, but all these people were in the way, so he took away humanity's ability to fly. But it was really for the better for us because our legs were getting really weak. So we're flying everywhere. And that can lead to complications down the line, you know? Like muscular atrophy. Like can cause some heart diseases. It's generally like not a good thing for your body. So he grounded all of us quite literally. Gonna make it so he's laying upside down. Ooh, how many Kirbys are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, got a lot more Kirbys to do. Maybe I'll just do 10 for this one. I have to do more research into Kirby's accomplishments because there's just so many of them, you know? Like I mentioned most of them, but like I should go into detail about more of them. Like how he brought the stars into the sky. It was very dark before Kirby did that. And he was like, it's too dark, I can't see my cake. So he brought the stars in for us. Or for himself. He's very fickle, Kirby. You can't really tell what his motivation is, but he does like cake. And he likes us because we can make cake. So as long as we continue to make cake, Kirby will let us live. I hope you've given your cake offering to the Kirby shrine today, because he will come after you. And he will eat all of your food. And I don't even need to tell you what kind of cake you gotta get. You know what kind of cake you gotta get. Strawberry shortcake. He will accept other kinds of cake. That is his favorite. Do be like, but when you do leave the cake out for him, make sure you nail your house down. Your pets are locked in because he does get carried away sometimes. And there have been some missing pet issues. They've all been found, of course. He's let them all go, but sometimes he can't control himself. But like, I don't know, he's a busy person. You can't be too hard on him. He's also like a really well-known artist. He's Banksy. I don't know if, that's common knowledge at this point. But yeah, he's Banksy. He's Van Gogh. Yeah, all of them. He's all the Van Goghs throughout the years. He's been all of them. He painted the 16th Chapel. You can go see it when you go visit, and there'll be like no flash photography, and that's because Kirby's usually sleeping, and you don't want to wake him up. You see, like, people joke, oh, you always have to put your offerings out for Kirby, or he'll come get you. But then people think, oh, look, he's not really gonna care. How's he gonna visit everyone over the world? And, like, tell that to Atlantis. Like, how do you think they ended up at the bottom of the ocean? Didn't respect Kirby. They laughed at him. Didn't put the cake out. And look where it got them. Well, you can't look because we don't know. And Kirby won't let us know. He doesn't want traders to see the light of day. Because that's all he asks. It's just one slice of cake. Really? Not too much. But he will step in if we're getting too out of hand. He's ended all wars. Mainly because he doesn't like seeing us hurt each other. He wants us to all eat and sleep peacefully. So he's ended every single war in human history. He creates clean water wherever he goes. Anything touches is now drinkable water. Really, what hasn't he done for us? Our Lord and Savior, Kirby. He invented dogs. It was like these people, they need to relax. They need someone to let them know they should relax. So he invented dogs just for us. But then he was like, dogs aren't for anyone. I'll also invent cats. So when you're petting your dog, cat, or whatever pet, he also invented all animals. Like I said, he saved them all from the flood. Think of Kirby. Think of what he sacrificed. He could have been eating or sleeping, but he chose not to. Because he's just that selfless. I'm gonna give this one a star. Because it looks like he's riding on one. And that's why wishing on a star is even a thing, is because Kirby used to actually, when he lived up on Planet Popstar, he would listen to the wishes of every orphan out there, and he would give them anything he wanted. And the orphans would tell stories about the magical pink orb. But no one took him seriously, because orphans weren't treated that well back then. But the orphans knew. Orphans knew of Kirby's divine magic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'll do one more just because. Kirby also gave us the gift of sleep. We couldn't dream or sleep before Kirby came. We were all just really tired, and we don't remember it because your memory isn't as good when you're tired. He gave us our eyes. We were all blind. Until he decided to give us eyes. He gave us sight. He gave us sound. He gave us hearing. He gave us taste. We would not exist without his graciousness. And I'm glad that you're here with me today to bask in his divine form. As you should be doing every day. Because he will come find you. He also runs all the governments. But all in the good ways. Only in the good ways he runs the governments. All the bad stuff, that's us. Kirby didn't do that. Kirby can't do any good. It can't do any bad. I'm sorry, Kirby. I hope you didn't hear that. You don't want to be smited by your lightning bolts. Because, as you remember, he's... Not only is he God, but he is an exorcist. So if he does get too mad at me, I could just disappear. So hopefully that doesn't happen. I offered my cake today. And that should appease him. At least for the next 16 hours? Remember to do it every 24 hours. Or you'll start finding things missing, like little food that you thought you had, but then, oh, I guess we ran out. But you didn't run out, Kirby. Kirby was eating it. And after all, a long day of running the universe, running all the governments, doing the best you can, saving all the orphans, curing all the diseases, and ending world hunger, and making all the movies. He needs to get his rest. So I'm gonna end that there. Thank you for joining me in this Kirby sermon. I've only touched upon his greatness. Make sure you deliver the offering today. And I'll see you next time.